back. Going down, good people, is going down. Go down. It's your boy Steven Eskridge here again with the Better Late Than Ever podcast. How y'all feeling? We are back. What's going on, good people? Been a little second, but you know we always gonna get back to it. Ooh. First joint I had in about 2 weeks. Oh my goodness. I wouldn't believe it. It's like I got rookie lungs all over again. Shit, like. But once again, we here. So let's get right to the shits. You can catch this podcast on Spreaker.com. That's Steven Eskridge. My YouTube channel as well, Steven Eskridge. Spotify podcast, Steven Eskridge. Google Podcasts. iHeartRadio. SoundCloud. Amazon. All those links under Steven Eskridge. Catch the podcast at any of those streaming platforms where you find podcasts at. Also, my social medias are Steven Eskridge1. That's my Twitter. Steven Eskridge1. That's my Twitter. Instagram, Steven ESKRI. Instagram, Steven ESKRI. Facebook, Steven Eskridge as well. That's Steven Eskridge at my Facebook as well. Catch all my links to my pods on my Facebook, and I'm starting to send some old episodes up there as well for people who probably don't know about me, who haven't seen my YouTube channel, don't follow those. I got some old links to the old pods I'm setting up for some folks who got to catch up. You know, they might have to go back and catch up to me now. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know, like you getting drops already? We just got to the show. What the fuck you doing? Like, but here we are, man. Here the fuck we are. So let's get right to this shit, man. I got a few things that's been hit me on my mind, so I'm gonna get into the first one though. You know, the first one is we'll get to it's self-love, man. You know, love yourself so you can love someone else, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. God damn it, man. Hey, unshot, man, for self-love, man. God damn it. Hey, man, love yourself. You have to love yourself, man. You know, and let me just put a nice little intro to this topic too, man. You know, hey, just absolutely, man. Shout out to everyone who's listening as well. Shout out to everyone who does love themselves, truly, man. Because this is something I've been thinking about, and we all have to really think about it, including myself. I'm not excluded from this. It's something y'all have to really think about. You know, how much do you truly love yourself? And if you truly love yourself, how does that play a part in how you love another person? Because it is so important. I mean, it couldn't be one of the most important things to relationships and marriages out here. It really does. You know? Some good water, too. Because, once again, I'm going to start off with just the first couple lyrics of a classic song we all can. And they play this shit right now. It's going up. Guys, women, we gon', you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we gon' be in there, you know, seriously, you know. I can say it to y'all, you know, just, how can I love the man? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Hey, I can't love me, no. Come on, man. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. Yeah. Hey. Gotta give Mary J a round of applause. So I had to drop for her, man. Gotta give her shit. Shout out to the queen. But seriously, man, those three lyrics, those first few lyrics of that classic hit, like those hit home for me. You know, just the experiences I've had, present and past. You know, how can I, come on, y'all feel me just said? How can I love somebody else if I can't love myself enough to know when it's time to move the fuck on, time to let go, man? That shit real. That is some real shit right there, man. It really is. And I really think a lot of it is lacking out here in the universe. Now, is it everyone? No. Is a lot of people? Absolutely. And I think also when we say self-love or love yourself, I even think the people who do love themselves, damn it, they go overboard. They love themselves too goddamn much. Shit, like, goddamn, you selfish motherfucker. Like, shit. They just make it, we ain't just say just love you. They say love yourself first. Then you go and love someone else. Because you can love someone else properly if you're loving yourself properly. You know. Feel good to have a joint too, man. I ain't had one, say about 2 weeks, but anyway, you definitely can, decipher the two. You get into loving yourself more and more. You appreciate yourself more. You value yourself more. You want the best for yourself more. It's just nothing you wouldn't do for yourself. You're gonna be on everything: your health, your spirituality, your energy, your emotions. You care about who you hang out with, where you go, and even health-wise, what you put into your body, what you don't put into your body. All that stuff goes into the mindset of loving thyself. It really does. So when we say we love ourselves, like, hey, you guys take a step back and ask, do we really? You really gotta ask yourself that. But I think it's definitely key in relationships. For sure. Relationships, unionships, even a friendship. Now, you can't have friends. If you don't love yourself, you can't have friends who don't love themselves either. Because if they're not loving themselves, then they gonna love you. And if they do, that is bad. That is terrible. They're not supposed to love you more than they love themselves. Because what happens is they're trying to fill that void for them not having the care or proper love for themselves. They're trying to fill that with another person. And it doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. Like, no. Because what's they going to see? Oh, okay, this person didn't do it. So let me go to this other person and fill this void. Oh, this person didn't do it. Let me go to the other person and fill. Like, no. A void should not be trying to be filled when you're trying to find a partner. All voids are supposed to be filled already. Because you know what's going to happen now? You partner up. And then now y'all build something. Y'all build y'all chemistry together. Now I know some of you might say, well, dang, Steve, if all the voids are filled, what else less is for a person to fill in and do? Well, that's a good one. That's where the partnership comes in at now. Because whatever you might be, because none of us are finished products. Not while we living, I say. So if we're not finished products, it's always a hole to be filled somewhere. It always is. And as long as it's a hole to be filled, then someone can fill it. And who better than, obviously, your significant other or the person you choose to share life with, fall in love with, etc. That's what I always say. So once again, yes, voids can be filled. But it should be after the basic voids are filled, if you will. Stay with me. Just the basic love essentials. Self-care, taking care of yourself, etc. Right? But I think in relationships, the energy part of it is what should be filled. Like if you're a positive person, you're gonna have a positive void that needs to be filled in my mind. Romantically. Because okay, you can have the basic voids felt far as just the general love for yourself, but the romantic part of that now is where we both come into a whole that come into place that if you will, as men and women. That's we both come in and complement each other in the romantic department. But in fact, when the fuck y'all last time y'all heard a motherfucker say the romantic, man? Seriously, think about it. The last time you heard the word romance. People might say it's bullshit, but nah, it was actually a lot of shit. I even had one of my latest ladies say I might not be the most romantic man in the world, but I have my moments. And the romantic part is just showing the kindness, the care, that you care, the care gene, the accommodating, the courtesy, the grace, the niceness, all the things above. A lot of and just consideration. If nothing else, romance can be consideration. The thought of another person in the romantic side of it, if you will. Come on, man, I'm smoking this shit, man. Come on, man. Seriously, y'all just think about what I'm saying, though. Like, if you already don't love yourself, basics, right? The romantic part is really going to be a hard void to fill. Because now a person coming in, not only are they trying to, first off, they're sitting there like, wait a minute, they're coming in to you, a person who don't love themselves, if you will. They sitting there like, hey, wait a minute. All right, this person don't love themselves. So I got to work on that. I got to work on them appreciating them. I got to work on showing them how to appreciate themselves more. And as a matter of fact, you see the greatness in them. You see how special they are. You love them more than they love themselves. You see the greatness in them more than they see the greatness in themselves, man. Like, come on. Y'all done been there. I know y'all have. Come on. Come on, man. You listening? I know you've been there before. That shit can get really unhealthy. You cannot love someone more than they love themselves. Even the greatness part. It's okay to see the greatness in someone else, but they have to see it for themselves at some point. You're going to get mad, annoyed. Like, dude, you don't see how great you are? Like, woman, you don't see how great you are? It's like y'all looking in two different mirrors. They look in the mirror, you just see spectaculars. They look in the mirror, might see mediocre or just good, not spectacular. So it still could be off. Because that self-love, that those basic self-love that they're missing within themselves is just not there. It cannot be there. So now, and you try to have a romantic relationship with this person now. Oh man, it's gonna be mad complicated now. They ain't even got the basics. So they're not even gonna know how to intake or take in, if you will, the romantic part that you giving them. They're not even gonna know how to do that shit. Like, they gonna know how to take that shit in. They go like, romance? What the fuck is this shit? Like, I don't even do this shit for myself. What you doing buying me flowers? I don't even do this shit for myself. What you doing getting me chocolates? I don't do this for myself. What you buying me cars? I know how to do buy me cars. Like, y'all know what I mean. Like, that's how it goes a lot of times. Just from that, once again, sticking to just the basic love for self is just not there. And then both sides, if you will, men or women, they go out here in the streets to wherever to get someone to fill that void for them that should be filled for them from day one. Because now, I'm going to flip to it now, for when you do love yourself, oh man, the way, correctly too, because the correct way is, yes, love yourself but don't be selfish. It's a perfect balance. Love yourself but don't be selfish. Love yourself but don't be foolish. Love yourself but don't be blind to what's out here. Love yourself, but just know everyone else may not love you back. Come on, goddammit. Come on, man. Once again, love yourself, love others. As I probably should have said it first time, but fuck it. Love yourself, love others. But just know they might not love you back. Or they might not love you back the same way. They might not. Just doesn't work out that way all the time. But regardless, self-love is just so key. Because I can just name to you so many different situations where I've seen out here where a person didn't love themselves and they love somebody else more. Or a person didn't love themselves, or they did not love themselves, if you will, and they didn't know how to receive love from another person. And I think that's the worst. Me personally. When you love someone who doesn't love themselves, on a romantic side, and here it is, you pouring all the love in their ass, and they don't know how to receive the shit. Oh boy, come on, man. Woo. Woo. I mean, come on, man. That's some painful shit. That's some painful shit. Somewhere down the line. Because now you have an avalanche, if you will, almost of things you really have to take in and work on. And it's a lot, man. It's definitely a lot. And it's a lot that needs to get really highlighted more. We talk about jumping into relationships, marriages, etc. You gotta have that basic love for yourself. Because like I say, when you do love yourself, you can love someone properly. Just basically when you love yourself, getting back to that side of this one, if you will, the subject. You can definitely, and I mean definitely, you can definitely pretty much be flawless with love, with the giving of your love once you love yourself more. Because the biggest one for me is when you love yourself more, when like the lyrics, when to get the fuck on. You know when it's time to let go. You know when you've given enough. You know when you sit up there like, all right, maybe they might need a little break. The point is, goddammit, you know. You know why? Because you telling yourself, as much as I love this motherfucker, and they might not love themselves just as much, but I love me enough to know to get the fuck out of here. Come on, school's in session, man. Come on. Hell, man. School y'all right now. Shit, come on, man. Like, seriously. That self-care, and a lot of people don't have that self-love, y'all. They don't have it. So they stick around, hoping and praying this person see what they see. But sometimes, now, double-edged sword. Sometimes it does work out. It may take a person a little while to wake up, but oh shit, this is what you saw in me? Okay. But they only see what somebody else sees in them once they finally see that shit in their goddamn self, man. Picture that, man. Come on. Picture that. Come on, man. Like, in my experiences, I've loved a few women who didn't love themselves. But boy, when they got on to that shit and started to see what the fuck I saw in them, oh, it was some beautiful shit. Oh, it was beautiful. Now I'm sitting up here like, all right, sweetheart, now you see what I've been seeing the whole time. Now you finally get it. Like, cool, that's great, you get it. And now, you can sit up there and appreciate the love that the other person's giving you. And you appreciate it more, taking in, because you've already taken in what you need to take in for yourself. Y'all like, come on, man, you understand it, dude. Like, you're I know. But goddamn, it's necessary, man. It's so necessary. I mean, the proper love for self, it's like a domino effect. Once you have that for yourself, more times than not, it reflects on how you treat the next person. Especially if we talk about it in the romance department. And I can't really stress on that word enough, romance. Like, seriously, it's really missing. A lot of it is missing out here. And I'm 38, but I never thought I'd maybe... Damn, it's wild of me even saying that right now. But here I am. I'm saying romance is missing. And I'm not even the most romantic dude. That motherfucker tell it. Shit. The fuck nigga like Steve. Motherfucker like Steve, you talk some romance shit? Really? You? Yeah. That's me. Because I'm really thinking about this shit like, damn. You know? Romance, like... But see, I don't think it's a lot of romance. But see, they go in one. I don't think it's a lot of romance because to be a romantic person... I could be off, y'all. But to me, to be a romantic person, you gotta have that basic self-love for yourself, man. To want to be to be considerate of another person romantically. That take thoughts, that take feelings, that take just so many selfless things before you even do the act of showing that romance to a person. Man or woman. You know? Or whoever, you know. Hey, you know. Ever float your boat. I'm just saying. It really starts with self, though. It really does. Like, I've noticed that when I see people who are romantic, and I've saw it, or even I've heard about it, these people love and appreciate themselves, though. Their mind, they love their mind, their emotions, their energy is positive, it's in tune. Like, they're not out here looking for nobody to fill a void for them. They got so much love for themselves. They're like, man, I gotta give some of this shit away to somebody else, man. I love myself. Hey, I got too much love for myself, man. Somebody come suck this shit up, man. Like, shit, like, hey, man. Shit, they can't wait to love somebody else the way they love themselves. I'm gonna say that one more time, y'all. When you love somebody that love themselves, got so much love for themselves, and they're selfless with it, or they got to the point of being that selfless, if you will, they can't wait to get that love to somebody else, man. Come on, man, I'm killing me. Oh, man, that's shots to anyone who disagrees. Shit. Whoa, man, because I'm really thinking about it. I'm really sitting up here thinking about it, man. That's the key, y'all. That really is the key. Lack of ladies, whoever listens to this one, ladies, lack of romance comes from lack of self-love. Damn it, I said it. Goddamn right. Lack of romance comes from lack of self-love. Damn it, I said it. I said it. And I'm standing 30 feet tall in that shit. Like, I don't care, man. Can a person who doesn't love themselves have a moment of being romantic? Or can they have romantic moments? Sure they can. Moments. But y'all know the difference. They can have a moment. Throw your hand there. Whatever. Yeah, they can have a moment. But that don't mean it's going to be long term. Is it going to last? Is it something going to keep going? Now, hey, that's going to come with that. That's going to come with the self-love part now. Here we go with that. You right back to that. But just to me, though, people, I don't think that if you don't have that love for yourself, I don't think you can be I don't think you can be romantic or purely. I'm gonna say purely romantic. I don't think you can. I really don't. So that's why I'm going there with that, as far as, just having that love for yourself, so you can have that. You can have romance. You can show consideration. You can show kindness. You can show courtesy. You can show being nice. And there's all these positive things that you would be to yourself. You can't wait to display those for another person. You get tired of doing it. You get tired of showing it to yourself. Well, not tired literally, but, okay. I love myself. I do this for myself, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me dish this out to somebody else who I deem worthy of it, obviously. And that's really what it comes down to. We do it, we show that part of us who we deem worthy to it, but we have to know how to show that ourselves that part first. We have to. You can't spoil anyone. You ain't spoiled yourself. You can't go out your way for someone else. You ain't went out your way for yourself. You know, you can't do this for someone. You ain't never did X, Y, Z for yourself. Like, it really comes back to that. It says self-preservation is the number one thing. And, oh my goodness, it really is. Because it sets you up to preserve another person. God damn it, come on, man. Get this shit back. Hot. Hot, nigga. Shoot from the logo on y'all. But seriously, I'm dead ass, man. You really, it's a beautiful thing. I look at it as. Because I can say to myself right now, I have no issue. Like, I know a lot of my lady friends who y'all listening. I love y'all, first off. I threw that out there, too. Because that's been said about me. I love all mine. Or I love all my ladies, or whatever the case is. But that's because I got so much love for myself, man. I come from love. And I'm a people person. I love people. But you know why I love people? I'm a person. I am people. I'm people. So I think when us in general, when people say I don't like people, I be looking at them like, what the fuck you think you is, motherfucker? Like alien or some shit? Like, nigga, the fuck? Like, you're people too. So if you can't stand people, you can't stand your damn self. And a lot of people would probably admit to that nowadays. And that's fine too. But just make sure you say you don't like people. You don't understand. You're people too. Like, don't sit up here and say you can't. There's something wrong with everybody else but your ass. Whoever else says that type of shit. Yeah, I said it. Nah, gunshot to you. Shit, yeah, I said it. Because we're all people. And we all are something else. We all are crazy. We all ain't shit. We all are nuts. We are all these things. Then you talk about people being beautiful and this and that and the third, all these other positive things. That's also us people. But it always comes back to the self-preservation part. Because for that part, you can't preserve it. You don't have self-preservation. You can't preserve any type of human relationship with another person. A la friendship, relationship, marriage, whatever. I don't care if y'all just doing the friends and benefits thing. Y'all just fucking and keeping it moving. You can't maintain that without some type of self-preservation and love and appreciation for self. God damn. Shit. Come on, man. I mean, anyone I know that truly loves themselves, it's a great balance. It's an extremely great balance. Because like I said, they know how much love to dish out there. And then they know when to say, all right, okay. This person don't appreciate it. So now, slow up. Or they might not know how to receive it. All right, slow up. But either way, the self-preservation is not there for them to properly feel the love that's being shown to them from another person who loves themselves. And that's how it is out in relationships. I don't even talk to that. When you talk about relationships, when you got two people and one person loves themselves, but the other may not love themselves as much, or the other person does not love themselves at all, that's when it can get pretty sticky. When one has a great self-love for self and the other is kind of opposite, or trying to get over to that point, it can get pretty slippery or sticky, as I just said. Because now the person, excuse me for the yarn, y'all contagious. Anyway, the person who does have love for themselves, they're still trying to battle with putting the basics into the person who doesn't. And then you still talking about trying to be romantic on that side as well. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. So I mean, And then I can also flip it too. I'm gonna flip it to this one. Cause I'm going deep with this. I'm gonna keep flipping it. You can also have two people in a relationship or a marriage or whatever the case is. Both of them love themselves a little too much. Now comes the selfishness on both sides. Well, that's the one too. I know I nailed that shit. That's the one I love. Yeah, I know I killed that shit. That's the one though, y'all. Just think about it. Think about what's going on today. You get on social media, all you see is I love myself, and more to what I'm saying, but it's taken out of context, y'all. So don't take me out of context. If you listen to this, don't take me out of context. Once again, when we say love yourself, we not saying love just you and no one else. Come on, man. Like, but you got people who take it that literal though. That literal. Like, seriously, dude? Come on, man. What they're saying is, have that love for yourself so you can give it properly to the next person who does also love themselves, because now they can appreciate it and receive it more. They can know what to do with it. Oh, okay, I know what this is, because this is what I do to myself, Absolutely. But just sticking to what I just said, though. Oh no, we not gonna gloss past that shit. Stay on par now. I know y'all. Sorry if I lost some of y'all, but staying on par. Two people who love themselves too much. That could be some toxic shit. Now both of them saying, "Well, I'm about me. I'm about myself." Like I said, I'm getting back to and that's what had me doing a little segue. Social media, whatever you do everywhere else, is so many messages and memes and. There's so many ways that the message of loving yourself is being taken out of context now and just taken too far by a lot of people, men and women now. Because we weren't built to be alone as humans. I don't give a shit what y'all say. Y'all talk that self-love shit all you want. I'm going to talk it with you, but I know good and goddamn well I need and want me somebody. Fuck shit. Shit. I always felt this way. I don't care how much sticking and moving I've done. I've always felt that way. Because we're humans. Life is about people. Relationships. But if nothing else, just people. We're not robots, I heard the great Godfather say that. Rest in power to Mr. Samuel, Kevin. I heard him say that in one of his episodes before. Life is about people. It really is. We weren't built to be alone, people. We were built to be together. And that's one thing people don't want out here. They don't want unity. They want division. Division causes self-destruction and chaos and rest of these things. But unity, that's too much preservation. That's too many people, too much procreation, too much bonding, too much togetherness, too much, where's the plot now? Where's the drama? Where's the, too much like right, as they say. So therefore, you can't enter into anything without being that. having that self-love. And not just that, you can't be in anyone's relationship being selfish. I will now I'm gonna kill y'all on this part. I'm gonna end it going on this little tangent, if you will. If you selfish, stay your selfish ass by yourself. Yeah, I said it. If you selfish, stay your selfish ass by yourself. If you love yourself too much, stay your ass by yourself. If you can't properly balance loving yourself without saying don't love someone else, stay by your damn. Yes. Because once again, it's about balance, people. It's about balance. It's about balance. And I see a lot of us out here are in a relationship or some unionship where teamwork is required, by the way. But they have the mindset of just, I'm going to look out for me. I'm going to save myself. Now that's a part of the self-preservation part that we're saying is being taken out of context, if you will. I mean, you know, like that's the part. Love yourself, yes. But don't ever unload it to the point where it's like, okay, I don't want to be with anyone the proper way. I'm going to treat someone less than I would treat myself. No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that at all. Especially if you talk about being in a unionship. You don't want to do that. And that's really what's going on out here. I see a lot of that. And I think social media and just the message in general too, the narrative being put out here, even in certain movies, TV shows, whatever it is, just media in general, is pushing the agenda of isolation between men and women and just telling people to look out for yourself. Kind of having almost the every man, woman for themselves jungle type feeling. It's not good. Not good at all. Like we said, life's about relationships, people. It's not about division. Love yourself so you can love someone else. Not love yourself and then just you and that's it. I can't say this shit enough. Y'all like, damn, Steve, you said this shit a trillion times. I don't give a fuck. I drill this shit in you niggas' head. Fuck. Don't care. Cause all this isolation, fuck you, I'm not fucking with you shit. Oh, I love me, so I'm gonna save my... yeah, you gotta save yourself. Don't get me wrong. Yes, you do. You have to know when to save yourself first. And usually that comes with, if you give someone a chance to have a unionship with you, whatever the arrangement may be, you're giving a person a chance. So yes, you sit there and try to give them a chance, but you love yourself enough to say, hey, all right, I tried. I'm not going to let you bring me down. That's different. Cool. That's how it's supposed to go. But nah, this other shit I'm seeing and just on display, and shit I've done it at some point. You know, I've been that same person. Same person. I was selfish. But I told myself, I'm like, well, damn, how you gonna be with somebody and you selfish? How? How does that work? It don't. That's why shit don't work out here. It never works. Shit at all. You can't be with somebody and you selfish. And I think a lot of us are selfish out here from our backgrounds to not being born or raised in love or the proper love, I could say. So we're born and raised that way. I think a lot of times we don't really know how to function in a unionship or a relationship properly. Because we weren't shown that love, so then therefore we weren't shown that love on display. Now we don't know how to show up for ourselves. Thus, domino effect, we don't know how to show up for ourselves. We're not going to know how to show it to someone else. Come on, y'all. Like, really. Seriously. Like, seriously. It's real live domino effect. Real live domino effect. If you weren't raised in love and shown the proper love as a child, then you don't grow up having that love and admiration for yourself. Then you won't have it for someone else. Or in reverse, you'll have it for someone else more than you have it for yourself, which is still unhealthy, if not just as unhealthy. You know? So either way it go, you don't have it, or you weren't raised in it, it's terrible, man. And I think we have to really evaluate that when we pick a person to partner up with and have anything with. I don't care if y'all just smashing. That's how I've always rolled. If it's just somebody I'm smashing, I've tried to make sure, okay, do you really at least love you? Even the selfish ones sometimes, I even roll with them. Because at least I know they love them damn selves. Like, at least them even sometimes. Someone can be too selfish, obviously, but for the most part, even those people, I even roll with that. But at least I know the self-love for them is there. They love themselves. I know that much. So I even roll with them. But in general, you weren't meant to be separate, y'all. You was not meant to be separate at all. You can't be separate out here. But it starts with self. Starts with self. It really does. And boy, do I mean it starts with self. Because I just can't put out much emphasis on. I can just take it back to the romantic side. You know, it's one of the biggest effects of romance. That romance you have for yourself, you know. But just still closing off on the last part of it, which is the biggest one for me, honestly, from this one. That's why I had to do this one, and I'm glad I've been freestyling it, because now it's really got me into the zone of this last topic on the love for self. The last level, I should say, of me talking about it, if you will. Like, two selfish people cannot be together, y'all. We have to be able to have that balance of saying, hey, I love myself, but I don't love myself more that I won't love someone else. I really think that's what's happening out here. Like, for real, man. Like, can y'all picture that? Like, for real. I'm serious. I love myself so much, I'm not gonna love someone else. That's what's being taught out here, I think. I'm not gonna love someone else. Not that you can't. Not that we can't. We're not gonna love someone else. Because if I don't love someone else, I won't get let down. I won't get disappointed. I won't get hurt. I won't get used. I won't get mistreated. Like, I guarantee you, all those thoughts are going through a person's head when they harp on that I love myself too much shit. The selfishness, if you will. That's where that kicks in at. You only think about one side of it. I'm not going to put myself through X, Y, Z, which can happen. But that's only one side of it. You don't be thinking about, okay, what if this does go right? How about that? You know? No one ever, well, I'm going to say ever, but we tend to hone in on the negative a lot of times, especially if we're in that mindset of having the selfishness. We think we're too good for a person. Sometimes you might be. Hey, I said it. Sometimes we might be too good for a person. Person might be too good for us. It can happen. Absolutely. I absolutely think that can happen. But what I also think is we might not be that good, but in our minds we are. And that's why I come to what we're not gonna do. Like I say, I think I'm better than what I am, so I'm not gonna love this person. And as I've always said too, we can make up anything in our minds to not be with somebody. We always can. I mean, literally, we can make up anything in our minds to not be with a person. So, just think about that. If we can make up anything in our minds to be with a person, to not be with a person, that's, for me, that's also the selfishness. That's where that comes in there. So just trying to wrap it up and close it up, y'all. We really have to get to loving ourselves more, truly, so we can love another person properly. 1. 2, you don't love yourself more than you love somebody else. That's not going to be a healthy thing. Not at all. And then 3rd, you don't ever love yourself so much that you refuse to open yourself up and show that same love to another person. You don't ever think you're too good enough to show how you treat yourself to someone else. Because the same way you feel about yourself, that you're too good to show how you spoil yourself to spoil someone else, you might think you're too worth it to show that side to someone else. They can feel the same way about you and vice versa. So it never stops. Now you gotta. That's what I'm buying. But now you have a level of. Now you just have a whole level now of pretty much. It's just like, man, it's a face-off now. It's a competition. It's a real live competition now. And I think that's really what's going on out here right now between men and women. This competition. Oh, I love myself. Oh, she ain't good enough. Or he ain't good enough. You know, we're so engulfed in ourselves on the selfish side, if you will. I think that's also where we're suffering at. Too much, the overdose on the self-love, on the love of self, the overdosing of it. You got people, what's the word, narcissists, and you got a lot of that out here now. Conceitedness, whatever term we want to use out here. It's a lot of that going on out here. And that's another reason why, people not, you see in relationships last longer and shorter and shorter. In some cases, you see in some marriages not last shorter and shorter. Or some people shouldn't have been married no way. From either one. Lacking a proper love for self, or not having it at all. Haven't had it instilled or shown at all. So it's 3 levels to where we should not go with this, y'all. Don't be so selfish and engulfed in yourself, in love for yourself, that you don't love another, or that you refuse to love another person, or even be scared to. Because I think that's another thing that's happening. I think we're just terrified of each other out here. We're always just thinking about it going one way. Even including myself. Yes, I think that way at times it could go negative. Yeah, I think that way. But I also definitely think, what if I get this right? I'm always thinking, what if I get this right? I always think that if I get this right. Because, man, if I get this right, I got a partner for life. I got somebody who can love me just as much as I love myself. And vice versa. Like, come on, man, what's better than that, man? Getting somebody who loves me just as much as I love myself. Come on, man. What's messing with that? Like, seriously, man. And I think on that one we can walk off with it, man. That's the walk off, man. That's the one from half court, man. You know, pull up, smack, like that's it, man. Get someone who will love you just as well and just as much as you love yourself, man. God damn, that is some beautiful shit. Man, a gunshot to that one, man. Shit. Whew. Like, like, hey, man, that's where it's at. That is where it's at. So that's the fourth one. That's the last one. So you can love someone else, and then also don't love yourself so much where you scared or refuse to love someone else, and don't love someone else more than you love yourself either, because that's not healthy as well. You know, so those are the terms I say we should definitely be moving out here when it comes to this self-love. So I'm going to end it on that note. Most definitely, that's the closeout for sure. Love someone else who can love you just as well as you love yourself. Or get someone who will love you just as well as you love yourself. That part. There we go. I had to keep saying this shit, like freestyling and shit. But that's how I'm going to say it, y'all. And that's how I'm going to end this episode. Definitely, I think that's a great way to end it with that saying. So with that being said, you can check this podcast out on Spreaker.com. My Spotify channel, on my Spotify links, Stephen Eskridge, YouTube channel, Stephen Eskridge, SoundCloud, Stephen Eskridge, iHeart, Google Podcasts, Amazon. Yeah, that's it. I may have to make sure I said them right. Like, look, saying this shit is a lot, different platforms. But yes, catch my pod on those streaming platforms where podcasts I listen to. Also catch my social medias. My social media is Stephen Eskridge 1. Again, my social media Twitter is Stephen Eskridge 1. My Instagram is Stephen ESKRI. Again, my Instagram is Stephen ESKRI. My Facebook is Stephen Eskridge, where this podcast will be up very shortly. So you can catch out my links on all of those. They will be out. This is the Better Late Than Podcast. I love you, whoever listens to this. I appreciate it. I will be back very soon with another episode. Love yourself for listening. Again, I love y'all. Peace!